Life. Some don't use their real names on Facebook, but he is a great producer. He's done stuff for Bradford, Sarkodie, Adams, Tomboy, Kaki, Adina, Jarlead, Ghetto KB. The list goes on. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome right here in the studio, John Master J.
So finally,
hey, it's been how many years? Like 10 years.
Charlie.
We've been booking this interview. Small time. Small time.
Because you know why.
I know. How are you, my brother?
Charlie, I'm blessed.
I'm
a phone.
The view kata
I'm a sham phone.
A small phone.
Have phone.
As you have your phone.
Hey, what are we?
Good to have you, GMJ.
Charlie, good to be here too, and good to be here once more. This has been a home. I mean,
I know, right?
Most of my productions, I remember the likes of, I think, DJ Black.
Yeah.
Lexus Bill.
Yeah.
In fact, by 3 o'clock, Lexus has the song before it even goes out. And hey, Dorinando.
Yeah.
You see that your guy wearing the cap there?
Yeah, this guy,
the
Yankee man.
This guy. You see that question you asked me? I know answer. Like it be you for ask.
As you have you. Maraku, as you have you.
Ask Dorinando. Dorin tell me say this in boy there, don't go there. You won't can't day my talk.
He no go feel. But you there in house today.
I day in house.
So you for Melo.
But you've given me your word. So Elon is listening. My crew are listening.
Shout
out.
And let me say condolences to the family of John
yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, I want to say thank you to all our colleagues.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of our loved ones that showed up. And I want to also, wish or extend another condolences again to the family.
Yeah.
We met the dad, we met the mother, we met the brother. We met all of them. We spent quite some good time with the family yesterday. I have my personal take on that particular issue, maybe in the course of our conversation. I would want to throw a light on it, especially because if you know the story surrounding the passing away of our brother and how yesterday things turned out, it wasn't good.
And before you continue, John Claude Tamaklo is that guy who lost his life to an accident together with KK Fosu and Bless a few weeks ago. A personal, let's say, a worker. He worked with Elombini, worked with some of you as well.
Yes, me in particular.
Great stuff for you.
Yes, all of it. George Brayton, Stephanie Benson, Lamisi, like the list goes on.
Great publicist,
Yes.
May you so rest in peace.
Yes.
Yeah, so we come to that particular one. In the meantime, let's ask you, when your mommy and your papi born you, we named the they give you?
Oh, you mentioned. So,
oh, Joshua Rifleston?
Yes, my name is Selassie.
Okay.
So even the Selassie, there's a story behind it. My cousin, so my name is Joshua Rifleston.
Wow.
So in the game, for all these years, people didn't know who really I was.
Yeah.
Coming up, I kept it very low key. I was not even granting interviews. So the name was there, but people didn't really even know the face behind it. And let alone know like where I'm from and all of that. So when I started working with Elom there, you can't hide because he's so and he was handling my social media pages also.
Yeah.
So then one day I told my cousin, like, see, people don't believe say I be a boy. We say I forgive you our name. I say which one? We say Selassie.
Oh,
so. Trust me.
So the Selassie was later on.
Almost like 15 years now.
It wasn't given to you by your parents.
If you meet my mom and you say, where is Selassie? You'll be, who is Selassie? If you meet my dad too, but my friends, my family now, everybody have come to realize that.
And being a Rasta man, Selassie, I'm
not Rasta though.
You're not?
Okay, so I want to ask why you are calling me Rasta.
I get that feeling.
Is it from looks, from how I behave? Like, what give? Why would you say this brother is
maybe
Rasta?
the consciousness, and also maybe the kind of people that I see
me roll
with,
okay.
Saminis and all those people.
So Rasta is actually a belief, a system.
Yeah, man.
It's I believe Rasta is heart.
Okay.
I'm not a Rasta.
You're not.
You know me. You know I'm not a Rasta.
I see.
I'm a strong criff.
Oh wow.
Very, very bad boy.
A strong one.
Yes, and
on a scale of 1 to 10, where would you peg your criffness?
Oh, between me and God, there, you know, say I know the force. but a very, very street boy. Like sometimes I wonder how I'm able to do this. I'm a blend of.
Mm-hmm.
See, my dad is a pastor.
Huh?
My mom is a pastor. I grew up in a Janasari's house. Word miracle at the point. In fact, my music life began from Word Miracle Jolu. I was an instrumentalist leader for so many years, like 4 services, training the choir, all of that.
You were a church boy.
Yes,
you were a church boy.
My first salary was from the church.
You were playing the keyboard?
Yes. Name all of that.
Only the keyboard?
No, me, I started playing drums, singing, guitar, name all the instruments.
Are you serious?
So finally, like when we are in the band, I focus on just keyboards. But then I started, before I got to that level where we're playing groups and all of that, I remember then I almost joined a Megastar.
Okay.
I think was it after when KKD was managing Megastar.
Megastar.
But mommy was like, no, the way you are going there, band life, I will lose you. I'm his only child, so he felt like no. So he pushed me to church.
Oh.
That's how come I started playing. Like at the point, some Sundays, to me, Muchendi, I can play like 4 churches. Shabo. Until I just, Word Miracle became my home.
Interesting.
And then, so and you'll be shocked.
But did your mother lose you at any point in time?
Yes, you know.
Lose you as in you drifting a little bit from Christian values?
I'll confess. Do you know that when you meet my dad and you say Jam Master J, he doesn't know who Jam Master J is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my mother also don't. That's how, you see, so from the beginning, that's how come people didn't know who I was. Because, you see, coming from an Ewe home, music was seen as, let me just be careful of the choice of words, but it was seen as dropout.
Yeah.
Because from an Ewe home, all they know is you have to go to school.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can't tell me you want to play football, you want to music, eh?
Well, what profession were your parents trying to drive you into?
Hey, well, they don't mind you doing anything apart from what you are trying to do, because so that's when mommy decided to push me to the religious side with my talent. So I grew up in Asalem Down, Daninate, Case Frequency. KK Dua was my boss.
KK Dua?
Yeah, that's where I got my aside having the talent, that was where I was bred. Got the experience, work with ad agencies, got the experience to work with. I remember when we were doing We Bring You Joy.
Yeah.
Like Radio Gold. Name them, like jobs.
Plenty.
Crazy. You know, people know me for music more than commercial. Comms and marketing stuff. But the ad agencies who know me, they know that's. Abuaji knew me from that, not even from music.
George Quay,
yeah. Then, you know, Taxi Driver was just opposite our studio. So they were always been there. And those days, Gabia Jete, Komla Dumont, Dorinando, they were all. Case Frequency was like the evening after Joy. The drive in the evening. That was where you see all of them. And BB Manson, you close from Radio Gold. All of them were there. So I saw a lot. Apia was there. Those were the Nananom, Chico Daoni, NFL.
Wow.
All of those people KTK and all of that. And you see, at Case Frequency, we had 2 studios. There was this main studio for the music, and then there was the marketing comms, jingles, radio commercials.
Advertising.
Yes, advertising. So when I came first, Apia was a senior colleague. So he was in the studio A where they were handling artists. And where I was working was also a label because they had signed all these top artists. So I was at Studio B, working with the likes of TV Africa, Origin, that time of Origin, no come, Lentas, name them, all these folks. So Abu, your guy at your TV station, Abu.
Okay.
Abu was then at TV Africa.
Yeah.
And all of the, I think Charterhouse had 2. Charterhouse had an agency aside the event thing. Those days they were handling, he said, I think Western Union and Co. Yola has done something.
A lot.
That man is,
a lot.
So
then you've been around for a while.
Way too.
So how did you go to KKDU's place? Did you go there to learn how to produce music?
So that's when I realized that God had planned my life like how it was supposed to go, you know. So my grandfather, one of my grandfathers, was a chief brewer at Achimota Breweries. So mommy called him that, see, your grandson has finished school, he's chasing band style, trying to go, so try and fix him somewhere.
Yeah.
So they got me to start working at Achimota Breweries. But then when I went there, I was a casual staff. So we're running shift. I was at the bottling hall.
Yeah.
So when 1 week will be morning, another week will be night. So when I'm for morning and we close, I had friends. As for Case Frequency, I had friends there.
All right.
Danny Neto was a friend because Danny we're playing together. He was coming to our church. I knew him.
Good.
So I'll go and visit. There was this guy called James. And then Apietus also. In fact, I went there, Case Frequency, to record my demo. And I paid Apietus to record my demo.
You're taking me there to my next question.
So those days,
no,
the
you were
first
going to record
met
demo
me,
for somebody or for yourself?
No, I went to record my demo. When Apia met me, he said he was going to sign me. I remember Apia kept talking. He said I will wear a tie and then he will write Apietus on the tie. As far back as, you know, and I paid to do, he did my first demo. Then I formed a group. I brought a group for us to record. And he was still the one. So while I was at the breweries, every time I close daytime and I have the night, can you imagine? I'll go and spend my time in the studio, be with Apia till morning, then just go and shower and go to work.
Wow. And
when I entered the studio, those days, it's not the analog studio, not our digital studio that boys just have a laptop and he's ready, he's a producer. When I entered the studio and I see this Studio Master 58 channels, the equipment, then it's like, it's so orgasmic, like the feeling. And that was all I wanted, like seeing this equipment. And you know what was going on? So every evening, I'll come and then wait till Apia start. The studio was running both night and day. So when Apia is a night session, that's the only time I come. Because when it's for day, I'm also working.
Yeah.
So not knowing that, the owner of the studio, KK Dua, had noticed that I'd been coming to spend night sessions with Apietus. And you know, back then, studio time was too expensive. So what they were doing was engineers will snake artists and record without booking and paying the studio owner. So I'm sure that KK thought that maybe me and Apia were trying to run ourselves.
Yeah.
So, but he realized after 3 months, if it's demo, how can this guy keep coming here? Or they are doing a full album. What is going on? So one time he crashed me and he was like, yo, come here. I've been seeing you every time. I said, oh, Apia is a friend. I want to do my demo. And he said, you've not started? I said, no. So he said, all this one, when you come, what do you do? I said, I just come and spend time. And you know, Apia knew I was good on keys.
Okay.
That, in fact, that's another side. Apia knew I remember one time, Apia was producing So Black. You know one of those Liberian boys, this
Yeah.
a cappella group, yes.
Yeah.
And then I think the session wasn't going on well because Charlie appeared to be one guy you can't tell him what to do. And I knew So Black, Godwin. Godwin is a sick keyboardist. So I was like, Pia, cool down. You see the Sakura guy, he plays more than me and you.
All right.
So I diffused the bad energy, and then I made Godwin started playing how he wanted it, and then Apia was laying the drums in.
All right.
So before we realized, the tension in the studio had the who wants to have control and all of that had died.
Yeah.
And then we were all super dope creatives, and then ideas started coming. So Apia realized that no, I like this boy. That was when he started every evening he would want me to be around. And then my demo. Okay, so let me go to when KK.
So let me find out first. Who taught you the music
Oh,
production?
Before I came to Case, I was like I told you, band life. I was
Okay.
playing all the instruments, church. So I have a fair idea.
The foundation.
And Danny was a godfather. So, and those days, the keyboards that we had, not today, we could do some basic programming on our own
them.
keys and all of
Yeah.
that. But then the Studio 10, I hadn't seen it. So when I came when I met KK Dwa,
Yeah.
and was like, why do I keep coming? I said, I want to record my demo. Then he said, are you sure? Okay, I'll let you record your demo, then go. Me, I thought I'll just record my demo and then move on to me being an artist.
Yeah.
But trust me, I fell in love with the process of creating music so much that I ignored my
Your
reason
your
for
first
coming.
calling.
Yes. I loved so what really became the interest was being a part of the composition,
Okay.
planning,
Yeah.
laying of the tracks. What kind of cake we should use, what should be the groove, all of that. I fell in love with that process more than finally holding the mic and doing my thing.
Would you say Apietus and KK, guided
for-
you
as
or
for-
gave you some training?
As for the truth about me becoming a music producer, aside God,
Yeah.
all the glory goes to KK.
Okay.
Dwa. Because first of all, I wasn't even qualified. So I was supposed to go and after my demo, I kept coming and say, we are done with you. Why are you here still? Then he realized that no, this guy has some extra interest.
Wow.
So one day James told me that, good. So one day I was there, then James called me that Apia was leaving Case Frequency. He was going to campsite
Okay.
in, I think then in Dansumo or so. And then there was space. So KK is looking for employing new hands. Guess what? When I did my application and the day I was submitting it, I met my second keyboardist at church who was also applying.
Both of you.
Both of us not knowing we all had our plans while we were in the church. And then we met. Gordon was there. I'm like, Gordon, what are you doing here? He said, you two, what are you doing here? So he heard that. And Gordon's godfather is Panji,
Panjanov.
who later became my godfather after KK passed away. And so they employed the two of us.
All right.
And then somewhere KK was like, I can't keep the two of you. I need one. Then Panji came to take Godwin to Panji's studio at TV3. And then I got stuck with KK at Case Frequency.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting story. But the bit of you doing or going there to record your own songs, you were singing or rapping then?
I was singing. Don't forget, I was a church boy.
Yeah, you said it earlier
Yes.
on.
So I think the music I went to do was gospel. But then I was a complete R&B boy.
Yeah.
I love Bram McKnight, name them. Like those days, Doreen show was, I'll buy TDK's cassette. And not even before Doreen, this guy who moved to Peace FM, something Kofi Kumbilson.
Kofi Kumbilson.
Yes, Kofi Kumbilson had this afternoon lunchtime rhythms. And he would play all these foreign songs I love. And you see, because of my keyboard love, we're a fan of playing foreign music. And then those days, you don't get them like you get today. You either had to go to City Rock, you had to go to some places to buy those stuff. So the only place I could get those content was to be listening to Kofi Kombilson, 2 hour from 12 to 2 or something.
Yeah.
And then he'll play all this for me, and then I'll record them. Then when I record them, when I on my keyboard, then now I try to so how we got better was we were perfecting the foreign songs. You know, church, we take all these Ron Kenolis, we take all these CC Winans, all of them, and we would play them. It was even a competition among us.
Wow.
So music for those coming from the church. Charlie, when we came to the secular, it was so easy for us.
Should I let you sing one of your first songs?
I don't remember. I don't remember. Do you know how long this has been? It should be almost 21, 22 years ago.
Yeah, long ago.
Long ago.
But did you get the songs played on any...
when we finished,
any radio
I had
station?
my dat, you know, those we had those tapes, put it on, and I had them. I think one of our elders at church wanted to run me, but then I wasn't pushing again because now my interest was
production.
Just getting stuck in production.
Wow.
And that's all I wanted to do. You know, so the journey there, so much information. And while I started working, I didn't even, KK didn't take me straight to the recording studio.
All right.
I went to Studio B, where I had to be taught how to record. Those days we were recording on different, there was no PC. I remember PC was now coming. It was a conversation. People were arguing whether this thing will last or it won't last. So I was in Studio B and I was recording radio commercials, producing jingles. As for the jingles, they are
plenty. Wow.
I mean, sometimes when I hear some of the jingles today, and a lot, and that was where I was focused for like a year. Then I was promoted to Studio A.
Okay.
Because KK realized that, no, this guy, he was musically very, very inclined. And then there was this guy called Fafa Blagoji.
Yeah.
Fafa Blagoji sang We Bring You Joy and all of that.
He did?
He did the singing. Fafa did the singing. That's Fafa's voice.
I love his style.
Yeah, Fafa Blagoji. He did that. And Gabi Ajete had some album. I think before I got there, they had already recorded. Gabi also produced some boy, some Gun Boy B. I've forgotten his name.
Wow.
Charlie.
Wow. So let's move forward a little bit to when you started doing your own productions. Which artists did you produce first? The very first artist you produced.
Okay, so
do you remember?
Then you see, Case Frequency was both a commercial studio for outsider, and then at the same time they had signed artists. They had artists, in-house artists like Nananom, KTK.
Okay.
Chico Dauni, all of NFL, and all them boys were there. So first you were supposed to be producing for the in-house artists, and then of course the outsiders who pay to come and record and go. So that one was Kong. So I think I did stuff for KTK, I did stuff for Chico Dauni, I did stuff. The in-house artists there, you had no choice. You were going to be working with them, and it was fun for me because, you were hearing their name, you never saw them, but all of a sudden you have the opportunity to be producing them.
Exactly.
And I'll tell you one funny truth. Danny actually produced, I think, Dead Bodies. And yes, it was Danny who did that beat. Danny, Charlie, may he so rest in peace. Danny was the whole, and the church guys those days, Black Heritage, Cecil too was also an engineer at
there.
Yes. So I think after Danny left, Cecil worked for KK for a while. Then Cecil moved to London, and I think the group split. Charlie, there was a lot.
So which artist gave you your biggest break?
Okay, my first biggest break, aside the in-house, so
the in-house production.
The in-house production. After a while, I'd worked with Case Frequency for per the contract I'd finished, and then I became the main engineer at home. KK didn't want me to go. He extended it again. I stayed. Then I realized that no, I wanted to move. This is how I move, let me tell you. So Sammy B then was with you.
Yeah.
So like I told you, were recording most of the radio commercials. So Sammy came to record Atongo, where PVC.
Okay.
Then I was playing beats for him. Sammy loved freestyle. Then on his side freestyle, he said, this beat, is it foreign? I said, no, I did it. You are good. Then Sammy started telling me that you can be on your own. I'm like, no, if I leave Case Frequency, salary, I was going to survive. And by then, I was more of a church boy. So the hip life guys didn't know me.
Okay.
So how was I going to? He said, listen, forget. I know Samini, I know Nkase. And then he started, like, just make the move.
Wow.
So I told my boss that I was leaving. That became a big problem. Then there's this guy called Joe Lutu, Lexus. Sound check.
Okay.
Good. So Lexus made a simple setup at Salem Down, Snaps Preparatory there. And then said, you know what, come and take this studio.
And then you left.
And that was the biggest opportunity.
Wow.
So when I left Case, there was no break, straight to there. Then you know what Sammy B would do? Sammy B would come and stand in front of the studio. And then when people are passing, then he had come from Big Brother. So he was very popular. People would start, what are you doing? Oh, there's a studio here. Meet this guy, Joshua. That time the name Jam Master J no come here too.
Joshua was...
He was Joshua. I'll tell you how the Jam Master J came about. And then one day he called Nkase. Nkase came to the studio. Then I played the beat. 1, 2 beat, 3. I'm like, hey, this guy is crazy. That time they were recording. They were just about to go for a gig that would split them. So they had actually recorded 5 songs with me. And then one day I was there. He said, let me call Samini for you. So he called Samini. Luckily for me, behind or before my studio, there's this designer they call Ben and B.
Okay.
And he was clothing Samini. So Samini was actually coming there to pick costume. And then they met Sammy B and then they introduced him to me. And then Samini was, okay, so let him play something for me to hear. And remember I said I was a church boy. I was a R&B, hip life, high life. And I was playing some foreign, all these foreign things. Samini listening like 5 beats. And then he just left.
He left.
He left. I got home and I told my cousin who gave me Selassie, that today Samini came to the studio. He said, hey, then you have your break. I said, no. I played 5 beats. He didn't choose
left.
one. He just left. He didn't see anything. He said, hey. And that time, I think MTN had signed Reggie Rockstone and Samini. And Samini was like, he had dropped his first album. And you know Samini, before his first album, he had done
a lot of features.
And so he was already like
a
god in that space. He said, if this guy came to your studio and he did not choose one beat from you, either you forget about this thing you want to do and go back. I'm like, he said, so what do I do? I said, see, listen to her life. Listen to hip life.
Wow.
The way you understand music, it's easier. You just get the rudiment, they are fundamentals. So it took me 1 week to beg. Then there's this lady called Laurentia. He was handling Samini with Tony.
Okay.
So I called Laurentia. I said, Laurentia, I need one more chance at Samini. Then he said, don't worry. Samini will come again to take Shada. How he will enter your studio, they will find a way. So the day he was coming, I'd play some few beats that I felt like they were more like what was happening.
Yeah.
And then I had loaded, waiting. So when I saw his car, I said, this guy, today, something has to happen. After he did his costuming stuff, he entered. And so, yo, you again, those your foreign R&B things. And he made a joke, he was trying to tease me. And then I load the first beat. Then he was like, Then he started nodding his head. Second beat. Then he said, is the mic on? To me, coming from where I was, artists now need to take pen and paper, loop the beats, write. Before I say Jack, the guy was singing. I'm like, who is this guy? And that was, which song was that? African Lady, yo.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yes.
dun. African
And the guy
Lady,
just
yo.
freestyled. And he was so excited. And then he said, when he left, he asked for my number and then he called me and said, there's a melody ringing in my head. Let me hum it for you and see what you can do so that I'll come again. Then he hummed. He hadn't even fixed the words yet. And that time there was no recorder. I had to memorize the melody and then play it and record the melody. So when I when he left, I said, oh, this sounds like some calypso, some soca thing. So I quickly started playing. The very day he left, I didn't even sleep on it. I played the Samini Bill on a beat.
Wow.
And then the following day, those days there was no WhatsApp thing that you are going to send him. I had to wait again for him to come for costuming, dress checking and all of that. Then he said, how far? I said, come and listen. Hey, when he heard the beat, he was like, this is just how I envisaged it. Guess what? Who was in the studio that day?
Who?
Panji and DJ Black.
Oh.
Now, me and DJ Black go way back. Panji, my godfather, I already told you. Panji then, when Case Frequency took me for like 6 months, I was on probation, no salary. Mm-hmm. So Panji was paying me salary because I wanted to quit. And he said, no, me and J So was like, he considers like his boys. So he made sure that I was having money to keep so that I don't leave. Now when Samini entered and sang the Samini Bilona song, then it was like, you cry. Do you know how I was dressed? I'll be church boy, so I'd wear my trouser material, tie. An engineer, I was wearing my tie. And because normally when I close, I'll go to church, Word Miracle. And so then someone like, this guy cry. You don't look like a music producer. What kind of dressing this? Then DJ Black was like, you Seth, what be your name? Joshua. That your name there. It's not showbiz friendly. What if you call you Joshua for here? It no go work. I said, so how they go call me? Then Panji was like, let's think of something. Then Black was like, on the mic. Then Black entered into the booth and screamed, Jam Master J, baby.
So
the first one was DJ Black.
Black's voice.
It was DJ
Jam
Black.
Master J, baby.
Yes, and he actually gave me the name. As at that time, I didn't even know who Jam Master J was. I didn't know where.
But did you find out later that there was
later
another
on,
person called Jam Master
so
J?
that was when I had to abbreviate the name because I realized even the dead guy was more popular than me. So I then had to switch, make a JMJ.
JMJ.
Because then people love the Jam Master J, but then when we started traveling, me and Kaki going to Big Brother house and all of that, I just couldn't introduce myself because everybody know who Jam Master J is.
Exactly.
And then you can't come and say you
are Jam Master J.
No. So I had to so that name was DJ Black.
It is getting interesting right here on Joe 99.7 FM, having a one-to-one conversation with JMJ, baby. This is one of the songs that he produced, this particular one. Yeah. But those of you asking for the DJ Black voice, you want to hear that one? Do you want to hear? It's JMJ, baby. done songs or produced songs for a lot of our great musicians. Now, there's this particular song that generated conversations here in Ghana. Also, another song by Samini, and I'm going to ask one or two questions on this song. Scatter bad mind. I don't know why somebody who loves peace would decide to record a diss song with a musician. If you love peace, why do you do a diss song? Why do you do aid and abet? 055111197. If you are blaming people who do these songs, don't blame Samini, blame the producer. JMJ,
bro,
why did you do this?
Oh, why are you trying to make?
We want peace in the
why
industry.
You want to make me look like
then you
the
decided
bad guy here.
to produce a diss song for Samini against Shatawale. Why did you do that?
You know who that guy be? Ubete.
Ubete, DJ
Why
Ubete.
in DJ that?
I beg.
Why in DJ that? Why in DJ that? Me and this guy clash for Kufuria, join at these shows under. This
It be serious.
your crew for here.
Yeah. Back to the question.
Oh. Okay, so it's not really the way you see it, but in our dancehall space, it's actually part of the culture.
Yeah.
To have lyrical interactions.
Okay.
Lyrical beef, like to show how dope, how solid you are as a creative person. Now, so there's some truth about this song. A lot of people don't actually know. So this song is actually me featuring Samini.
Yeah.
Okay. It's actually my rhythm also. So the truth is that Samini didn't come to the studio to record the song. He came to write Kaki's. I called him to come and write a song for Kaki on this beat.
On this beat, yeah?
Yeah. So he came, but you see, me and Samini, okay, I've worked with a lot of artists, but we had become like brothers. So I know the team.
Yeah.
And so back then, I think there's this guy called Sandeman. Now he's the guy. I've forgotten. He has some name. Very popular guy now. So when he came to the studio, I noticed that my brother was moody.
All right.
Samini was in some mood, and I didn't like it. So I asked Sandeman that, Charlie, what is wrong with King? We say, Charlie, your boy doing thing again.
Yeah.
So I pulled Sandeman out, and Sandeman was like, as they can they hear say Wale San this Samini mother.
Hey.
Which was something that had been going on long time, but Samini was not giving attention to it. And back then, Wale wanted Samini to like really do respond, but Samini was not doing that. I'll be honest with you, me and Tony were one of the reasons why Samini was not. Because we felt like we didn't want to buy into that idea. You know, our brand was more of the girlish brand.
Yeah.
Samini is the guy who every everybody loves.
Yeah.
So we didn't want to go to some particular lane.
Yeah.
But after Tony, Sandeman told me what had happened and why Samini was in that mood, I don't know what came on me. And normally when they say they want to do a day song,
Fire Stick.
good, that's his name is Fire Stick.
Elon Bini, thank you very much.
Yes, Fire Stick then was Samini's road
boy
manager. Okay. So then I and Tony always stop Samini from doing a day song. We don't even encourage it.
Yeah.
So this is what happened. When Samini finished composing for Kaki, then I was like, you know what? Today, I go give you the opportunity. Everything where they your heart, pour it on this beat. We said, do you know what you're asking? I said, yes.
So you pushed him into it.
And he was like, you always say I shouldn't do a day song. I said, today, I want us to do this.
Hey.
But this is how we are going to do it. You see, I actually like it the way I arranged because I still didn't want the dent on him.
Okay.
That's why I wanted it to be me featuring him.
Okay.
So that the blame will come to me and not Samini. So this song, me and Elom will launch it at OKFM.
Okay.
Bulldog almost beat me.
He should have beaten you.
That day, it was around 10 o'clock. Abeku had to be standing between the two of us like this. Anyway, so I told him, and he said, okay. Am I sure? I said, yes. So guess what, though? That beat that he had already used for Kaki. After I said that I load the empty version, he entered into the booth. See, Samini did only 3 takes of that song.
Straight.
Verse 1, chorus, and verse 2. Do you know what happened? When he finished, I said they should go. And then I spent the whole night in the studio. I edited it. Because if I had leave the raw one, Yima also wanted to go down the way Wale, you know.
So there's a raw one.
Yes. SM is known for uncensored stuff. We would want to censor our stuff. But that day he didn't. He went real. But I knew that even though we were all excited and we were all jumping, I had to relax and come out of that frames. I'm like, no, we have a bigger brand. We're doing a lot of stuff. This can mess us up. So let me edit.
How did he feel when he realized that you had released an edited version?
First of all, Samini and I are more like brothers.
Okay.
There's no studio Samini will go, he'll record and he will allow you do what you want.
Okay.
But me, he knew that I understand. Like I know what the brand is, the direction. So he felt comfortable. Let me be honest with you. When Tony came back the following day, he was like, now I believe you. Because, you know, on the spell of the moment, we're all, hey. But then, a day after, everybody had calmed down. The insult, whatever it is. And then they were worried. But then nobody was saying it. So when they came to hear that I had my titties so like I had washed it down, it was okay. So the original one,
where is it?
And I think Elom, who has it? Nobody has it.
When are we going to get it? Can we buy it?
No.
Can you auction it?
You don't want to revive the SM and hydrate thing again. We've gone past that stage.
For journalistic purposes, can I have it?
You were the very one asking me, blaming me for not loving
I want to
peace.
use it for research paper.
Not loving peace. And I see what you're asking
for
me
research
to do.
paper. John Master J 051 0551111997. And let me also say that I have right here with me my favorite uncle. Yeah, Uncle Ken Addy is here with us in the studio. Let me say hi to my uncle. Hello.
Kwame.
Uncle Ken.
Yes.
Yeah,
long time.
We had to sell our time to the sports people.
Yes. I was all in favor of that.
You see that? Took some rest and all that.
Because of my love for sports.
You know it.
Particularly football.
Yeah, man.
So I didn't mind one bit. But I happened to lose my elder brother in the course of that period.
That's too bad.
You know, yes, he was a retired colonel in the armed forces. And so we've been... Instead of having a rest, I've had a torrid time
Oh, have a
since then, trying
sympathies.
to put things in place for his funeral.
Great.
But it's all good.
Yeah.
I'm glad we are back.
And you seated listening to JMJ telling his story.
Somebody I don't know too much about.
Yeah, but he's done great stuff.
And I like people like that.
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Yeah.
I like people you don't get to know too much about.
Okay.
But their record is there for all to see.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? They're
Yeah,
not
I get
in
it.
your face
Sure.
kind of people.
Sure.
So when you get to know them, you would realize that these guys have done amazing things. And then you tend to, you're drawn towards them.
Wonderful.
For what they've done. And he mentioned case frequency.
Yeah.
And one thing I noticed from his experiences with case frequency is the fact that he kept referring to the noun apparatus as appear.
Yes.
Because back then there was no apparatus.
There was no apparatus. It was just appear.
So exactly. So that made me realize that yes, this was somebody who knew case, who knows case frequency proper. We did our first recording with Nana Yaredu.
Yeah.
At case frequency, me and Quantus.
Nana Yaredu.
Oh,
Then-
you see the name you mentioned, Quantus.
Yes.
He was the only place we get original CDs.
Right.
I think Quantus was managing this. What's this guy?
Bam-
Atongo.
No, me and Quantus, we had Q&A
Q&A.
Productions.
Wait, so you are...
I'm at the A, the Addy,
Jesus
in the Q&A.
Wow.
And we did our first recording at case frequency. He was, KK was a good friend of ours. As long as, with Fafa
Fafa
was
I was
also,
telling him. Fafa was the voice behind most of the stuff.
and Danny was there, and Apia was there. Unfortunately, I don't remember.
I came later
You
on.
came later on.
I met all of them.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Yes, and it was a lovely, unit at case frequency.
Hey.
A beautiful unit at case frequency, and the vibe was always there.
Always.
So while he was talking about case frequency, I was reliving memories of that place and of KK. KK was such a gentle,
Hey.
kind,
Wow.
understanding person. His loss was
Big
too
blow.
devastating for us all, everybody who knew him.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that he dealt with one of my favorite all-time Ghanaian present-day musicians,
Right.
which is Samini.
Yeah.
I respect Samini. And since he dealt with Samini, I realized that, yes, he had good grounding.
Exactly.
He had good grounding.
Exactly.
So it's interesting listening to him and learning about how he did what he did. But Kwame, you see, Presbyterian for
You.
assembly a waka.
What's it then?
O say one yuma di wangachi.
You. Sana attending.
You know? Or
You.
was it one yuma di wangachi?
You.
I like I just said, I didn't know too much about KMJ, but I'm sitting here and I'm listening to him, talk about what he's done in the past, and I'm
So
asking
much.
myself, hey, inti adang na me nnim no.
But when you nyuma.
Yes, but me nnim nyum. Thank you.
Nyum. You.
Yes, it is the result of what you do that is important. And it is glad meeting him for the first time.
Wonderful.
Wow.
Thanks.
Wonderful.
It's an honor because
Yeah.
you remember before he came, I mentioned Quantus
Yeah.
and then City Rock.
Yes.
Yes.
As
Oh,
the places
okay.
where we have
You did.
original ADADs.
Yes, I was at
all
City
of
Rock
this-
too.
all of the stuff.
You did.
And it's where is Quantus?
Quantus is there. Quantus is at plus
Plus
233.
233, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he runs that.
Q
place.
is at plus 233. Yes,
Oh,
and
I should
he's
say
most
hello
he's
one of
most
these.
of the time there. And he's cool.
Let me tell you this. You see, those of us who had, like I told you, I'm a church guy.
Yeah.
And our music was largely influenced by foreign music. It if Danny will go and be performing, he needs soundtracks. It's those places that we go and buy. We go to City Rock to buy soundtrack.
Great.
You want original CDs, those days, LPs and all of that. I think Contus was at
No, he later on relocated to Paloma.
Okay, me, I got to know him at the Paloma.
At Paloma.
Because from
that was years afterwards.
From Case Frequency to Paloma was just walking, and Keke would send us to go and buy that and all of that from that place.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So it's and they inspired us. Like I told you, the only place I'll get to listen to Bram McKnight and all those people, either Dorinando or Kofi Kumbilson's show,
as well.
And then I have to buy my cassette, record it, and then go and rehearse. So those days in the studio, what I'll be doing, KK, I'll take, let's say, Boys to Men song, and I'll reproduce it. So KK kept complaining that, listen, your taste of music, you won't survive Ghana because we don't like those kind of things. You need to start learning how to bring it, listen to the high life. So at Case Frequency, trust me, that was why I was pushed to the comms people, the market, the radio commercials and advertising people.
Yeah.
Until Apia left. Apia left before I came. Until chance came for me to enter into that side. And then Kiki started softening me that, listen, when you think you are playing something crazy, the people here, the audience here, don't vibe with that. Start listening to what they like and bring the music to their doorsteps.
Wow.
And that was when the influence started.
And at the mention of KK Dua and producing Nanaya Radio, this song came to mind. Yes, sir.
Hold it there. You were running ahead of yourself. This album was not recorded at Case Frequency.
But you mentioned that.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Anemia is the album that
Oh,
was
okay.
recorded at Case Frequency.
Oh, okay. Not this one.
Not this one. Anemia, and we did a follow-up where we combined Nanaya Redu and Atongo.
Oh.
And there was a master track that came out called Intam Kese.
Wow.
You know that song somewhere along the line, Nanaya Redu says, Atongo Bobi Chira.
Yes.
Then Atongo comes in with his Kologo.
Okay.
You know, that was Intam Kese. Those two albums were recorded at Case.
Okay.
But this one, I'll tell you a story about this one.
Yeah.
This one, you know, when this album was, this particular track was dreamt about, Nanaya came to see me and I played him Busting Loose.
Okay. So, okay. That explains it.
Yes.
Busting Loose.
I played him Busting Loose. And Nanaya said to me, "Ay, again.
Serious.
Let's do a Ghana version.
So you got the inspiration from
Exactly.
He got the, and you know those, yes, we were just abusing.
Oh, yeah.
the beginning of hip
You were
hop.
sampling foreign songs.
We're not even sampling. We're just
We
taking
were
the full
just
thing.
Lifting.
abusing the songs. We were simply abusing. We were simply abusing all the.
Beginning of hip hop.
Yes.
A lot of even Reggie songs. we used to
Exactly.
tell where it
Exactly.
was
Reggie
coming
will
from.
tell you. I had a program on Groove FM.
Yeah.
Called Rare Grooves. And Reggie always says, Uncle Ken, I used to listen to you on Groove and I pick your songs and I do things. Reggie will come, you call Reggie today, he will tell you. So back then, the sampling was ridiculously.
Oh, those days,
All right.
I don't even want to call it sampling. We're just lifting.
The song you played,
Yeah.
I have to put it on record.
Yeah.
Was recorded at Zap's studio.
Okay.
With Zap
Who did him?
Yes, don't mention that. You know, I didn't
That's the
even know.
title.
I didn't even know what it connoted
Until later.
until Nia Yitego
Oh.
prompted. Ona can you down? Nia Itego played it one day here on Joy FM, and he said to me, "Hey, Uncle Ken, so you sat there."
I can imagine the look of Nia Itego saying this.
You sat there and you recorded this song with such profanity. I said, "Oh, Ni,
Okay.
what is the problem?" He said, "Hey, Olelone Ajo Wudede." And I was shocked.
We will not hear again. We have some messages here. Good afternoon, Kwame and JMJ. Interesting interview. Very much revealing. Wow. The big Macron, Ebri, Miami. Wow, we have Miami in Ebri.
Shocked me a minute.
You can go there. Good afternoon. I'm enjoying the program. Please tell Uncle Ken I'm his big fan and I would like to meet him anytime. He's in a Kropon Ekrapim. Sami Ekropon. You. Obabaho. Joe 99.7 FM. You can send yours 055111197. Now let me ask you, GMJ. What advice do you have for music producers who want to sign on artists onto their outfits or their record labels?
I would have to be sharing my experience and summing it up for them back then. But what I know now, okay, so any young producer who wants to sign artists and then put them on his label, it's a great thing to do. I would want you to do it. I want you to do it, but then get the needed personnel behind to help you put the structures in place, because a lot of us started this thing with just passion, and then later on we were caught with the legalities that we had to catch up with. But their time now is different.
Okay.
You can't afford to make some of the mistakes some of us made in the past. You understand?
You made some mistakes?
Definitely.
Can you share some with us?
Oh, like for instance, we're too passion driven more than the business. We would finish the song before we come and be discussing who owns what and all of that. We'll finish it because we the creatives, that's why I would say you need to have a team who, when the team is not high on you people, your creativity, they come in and put the business to the show for you. So yes, go ahead while you're excited, do all of what you want to do. Don't be in a hurry to release it. Get your team to listen to what you have done. There are clearance you would need to seek.
Okay.
If you did sampling. There are split sheets you need to discuss, ownership of who owns what. There are credits you need, all of that. Back then, we didn't even know who we were going to go to for all of that.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. I remember the high life songs I enjoyed back then. I didn't even know the people who produced them. I didn't even know them. I didn't even know where to even get to. I'm shocked hearing that the Quantus, I didn't even know that it was Q and there were two people. I just knew only Quantus.
All right.
You understand? And imagine I had taken an intellectual property of his and I didn't know. Today I would have been sitting next to him and then would have to have that conversation.
Exactly.
So I'll be saying that they will be able to avoid our mistakes and get it better by getting a team, not friends. Oh, help me, let's do. Back then too, we did a lot of paddy. We did a lot of paddy friends, because we were passion driven. We're not even, some of the things we're doing, we didn't even think we were going to be paid. We didn't even think we were going to make money out of it.
You didn't charge them?
See, me Monday, that's another conversation. Majority, I can tell you 80% of the works I did, let me even put it this way. I didn't make money from, no.
This is about the third time I'm interviewing the producer.
Yeah.
From your time, from the era. Telling me that
I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. It was, there were times artists will even come and record and they are going, I'll buy CD, put their master on it, some give them transport to go back home.
Hey.
If you know who artists, hustling beginning artist is, a bit me free. far away. His transport, but that studio on ma.
And you don't own any right in their songs now.
We
Can't you
asked at that
rectify
time, Seth,
But is it late? Is it late to do that now?
if you want to pursue it, it's not late. There's no late. It's never late, even after 100 years. Once you have the details, you can always catch it up. The problem is that it will have to now be redone. Those who are milking it, they'll send mails to them, retrieve it, the process. And you know, those days when social media and internet started, a lot of us didn't catch on quick. You understand? So I'll be honest with you, a lot of Kaki's materials, sometimes we'll see some people loading it on their channels that it's not even we. Because back then, you actually finished the song, you were chasing the blogger to pay him for him to even put it up for free. Platform. You were actually paying the blogger to put your content on his page for free. As and when you were supposed to have. And we didn't have all these details. And don't forget, we didn't go to school to learn music business.
Exactly.
There was no school that we go.
So doing the job the hard way.
We were learning on the job, falling and rising and making the mistake.
Crucial
expensive mistakes that there were times I had put family private money into artists that today. That's why I said the question you asked me, if I'm to advise today's engineer, the way I've become, my advice won't help him.
Okay.
But because I've become a different person altogether. How I see talent, I don't think I want to put money into talent any longer. Like back then, how I do. Not because of anything, but also because now we are in the era of indie artists, independent artists. What you needed record labels for has been provided at your fingertips. The only thing you need labels for now is the big platforms, plug-ins, where you are here before the song come out. SA radio stations have it. Name all of them, and those are the plugs, and that takes money.
Okay.
Today, a young boy comes to me with his laptop, and he has a solid beat on the laptop. He doesn't even know what a compressor is. He doesn't even know. Jack, forget it now. Wabo beat, no, and it sounds great. He just need a final touches to it, and then they are ready to drop it. And you are now coming to tell him he has to get no.
Did you make money from Kaki's projects?
As we speak, I'm still servicing debt.
How?
Yes.
Eka. Debt.
Yeah.
How?
But
but her songs are there, and you own the rights to the songs.
Like I told you, you see, because of the time those songs came out, social media and the knowledge of how to promote, put the songs at the right places, we didn't know. Half of our songs are being monetized by other people on YouTube.
But she played shows.
So where we were seeing inflows were directions. That's why back then we paid attention to shows more than all of these things. That's also why the old artists could not transition into the new era, because they were used to the old ways of working, where an executive producer will go and pay the studio, they'll finish, Big Ben will buy the album, and then the next thing is Obo show. So he and Big Ben were just a cut. Now the next thing is his show. He's going. Now it's not like that. Streams is where you make your money from, and they don't understand why it's too long.
Kwame.
So I beg, I want to do a follow-up. So the Eka, you're talking about the debt. How did it come about?
Yeah, because once again, like I said, we were too much passion-driven, that we were taking less calculated risks.
You went for loan?
I mean, we were traveling, going out to shoot videos, paying expensive, high-end stuff. You see, the one thing you should understand also is that we didn't come to meet existing models that we could have even looked up to, call, ask questions to. How were you guys doing?
But some of your contemporaries were making money.
At then, that time. Mention that era time. That era time. That, and don't forget, Kaki stopped along the way. Anybody who was making money from that time is still doing road. Kaki was a student nurse, juggling between all of that. So
she stopped.
Oh, Kaki is married in America.
Why did she stop?
Oh, that would be a personal reason.
She didn't tell you?
You see, you are asking the wrong question. I think what you want to know, why did she quit with us? Stopping
Exactly.
music is a different
with
thing.
you, with you.
So
With
stopping
you.
music is a different thing.
With you. Why did she leave Extra Large Music?
I'll be honest with you. I haven't ever. So Kaki sent her resignation letter on Instagram. He didn't even.
The one we read.
Yes. We also.
She had not sent to you earlier on.
What you read was also screenshot and sent to me. I was at. I think I was at one of these ad agencies at the Braka.
Okay.
And then I think these feminine products. Were trying to negotiate a deal for her. And then Elom sent me a message. No, Henry sent me a message that, Charlie, our page is passing. Serious. I said, what is it? Then he sent me the screenshot. Okay, but it would be funny to say I didn't know that there were issues.
Okay.
Here and
Also,
there.
there were issues.
There were issues. But then I didn't know that. So you see, those days, I'll come online. One of the reasons I never grant interview talking about Kaki was also because it's like a woman you have been with before. No matter how bad the marriage ends, I'm not the type that I can go and, for lack of better, wash our dirty linen outside.
I think you should issue a disclaimer here before somebody use the marriage to mean that you were married to her.
Oh no!
Issue a disclaimer
Okay,
right now.
so it would be wrong for me to. You see, before I sign you, I'm passionate about you.
Yeah.
I'm really, really passionate about you. And before I stop, it will take me time to dye my music is mood, emotions, a spirit. It's not accountant come to work, do your thing, go home. No. It takes a lot of time before you say you want to do this or you want to back out.
So did she break a contract?
Obviously, even putting your stuff on Instagram for we to read safe alone was funny.
Was she done with her 10?
No, we were never done.
How long did you send her for?
Oh, I will have to visit there. I mean, I've walked past this conversation. The reason is that if we have to talk about it, you would ask questions that would need me to be honest. And being honest would have to end me saying some stuff that I had vowed I don't want to. Because I want people to still love the brand.
Exactly.
Listen, if there is a new artist who is thinking of working with me, hear me bad-mouthing an artist I built from scratch.
Yeah.
It speaks a whole lot about me.
I get you.
You understand?
But so, Uncle Ken has a question
though. Kwame, you nearly made me lose my
you will not lose it.
line of thought.
You will not lose it.
You know, he was talking about Kaki.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, I got to know my boy, Baba Sadiq.
Yeah.
Okay.
Through being told that he had a relationship with Sadiq, a business relationship.
Oh, okay.
With Sadiq.
Yeah.
So while he was talking, it was running through my mind, where did my boy come in? Along Sadiq, Kaki's.
Kaki, okay.
So
Kaki.
I know where he's going to.
Yeah,
let me make it easier for you. You see, remember when I signed Kaki?
Yeah.
You remember that back then, you didn't even know who Jam Masaje is. You couldn't even Google and get a picture of me. But my name was out there. So what I did was, because I didn't want people to know me, I made Sadiq the face of Extra Large Music. Sadiq was managing Kaki.
Okay.
If you remember back then, with the
That
straight
explains
hair,
it.
the yellow hair. So Kaki, and then Sadiq was either producing Kwame B at Hit. He was a multimedia boy also.
He was, yeah.
So this is it. Sadiq and I have a very solid relationship. We go way back. Sadiq was part of the record label.
Okay.
So Sadiq was the one who, business conversation, you have that with them. Sadiq would then come to the studio and come and tell us that this and this is going on. This is what we need to do. And you see, because I wasn't ready to come public and deal with the media people, and Sadiq was already at multimedia, it was easier for him to be the face.
Great.
So I understand Uncle question because when he knows Kaki, it is Sadiq that comes in mind.
Because that's what I was told.
But
Exactly.
Sadiq was on extra large as like the way Albert was handling links. And then Richie is always cried there. His face was all over.
Yeah.
Mine was so bad that nobody knows me. But it was just
awesome. Awesome. Now, a few days ago, you wrote something on social media. You said, "I need a voice. I need me a voice talent that will get me back to studio and call the team Ashale Nene and Lombini. Could you cue them all back on the road again? Share your suggestions, please. But please, I need a voice that is exceptional, unique, and unusual. If the person is already out there, I don't want." Have you gotten one yet?
You didn't tell me that we are going to go personal.
Oh, no,
I'll block you on my.
No.
I'll block you. I'm going to block
Because I have somebody for you.
Joshua Raffleson is family and crew, so you don't bring that conversation here. You pick information from Jam Master J, the fan page. This one, I was talking to you like family. So that means what make a be a phone be fair or
have you gotten one yet?
Of course. I mean, once you make such a post, there's so many people rushing along. They know that you have to go through along.
Bini.
And then Ashley and Co. And then some people also saying stuff. But all what I heard, nothing.
You didn't like them?
Kwame.
Why?
Oh, I beg. I'm sorry if I'm intruding.
Yeah, but is it related to this one before
Yes,
we go back? Okay.
it's related to the voice, whether he's been able to get a voice that
Good.
impresses him
Good.
so much. You see, he, in his submission, he mentioned somewhere along the line that somebody was playing too much foreign music. I don't remember who he actually referred to as the person who was listening or dealing with too much foreign music.
Yes,
I think because I remember that during Danny's time here,
Yeah.
he always got in touch with me to give him some music from my repertoire.
Okay.
Because the repertoire contained such high quality voices.
Okay.
I'm talking about people like Gladys Knight,
Okay.
high quality voice.
Yes. That's
Anita
high-end.
Baker,
Those are
high
high-end.
quality
Those are
voice.
high-end.
You know, so when you talk about voices, and you say here right now that you put out a request for high quality voice,
Yeah.
and you just tell me that the voices you have listened to so far are not to your satisfaction, I am not surprised. Because when you listen to good quality voices,
Yes.
it is very difficult to accept
Some of the things that happen.
some of the things that happen.
Okay.
I understand. You know the funny thing, I had always fall on the church for my talent.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Kaki was a church.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kaki was is it Kwanchian Christ Church,
Yeah.
the youth choir.
Yeah.
You know, we in the church we were exceptional. We were pure talent. Pure talent. See, let me show you something. At church, Wednesday, Tuesday meetings, we are singing live.
Yes.
Wednesday service, Thursday, Friday all night.
Everything is
you are
live.
singing it live. So when I loop a 4-bar thing for you to sing over it, it's the easiest thing you can ever do.
Easiest thing you can do.
It's so easy.
Thank you.
You understand? So I always fall on the church because one, I am from there, and I know that the kind of voices I'll get there. Yeah, I won't get. Oh no, it doesn't mean that you might get.
Oh yes.
But then the possibility
Yes.
of majority of the top end
Thank you.
artists are from
Yeah.
the church.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
They
you.
are just-
But
The Whitney
Professor-
Houstons
Exactly.
and all that came from the church.
Exactly.
all of them.
All the top
Mike
singers.
Yamwa is asking on Facebook why you don't produce gospel songs.
Jeez.
Because if you're looking for the voices that you are talking about, you should.
And you know, you've set me up for my people.
No. People are asking
Professor
questions.
Mike.
There are a lot of questions. And you are here till 6 p.m., so we have a lot of time.
I thought we were almost done.
We will be done, but you'll be here.
You see, okay, so I think Mike understands me.
Yeah.
The truth of the matter is, I don't have a full hand over how the church artist business is run.
Okay.
That has been. Don't forget, myself, I'm from the church.
Yeah.
Why I'm saying so is that from the church, how I understand that as a music minister, I am preaching just as my pastor is also preaching. So sometimes I don't know how, if let's say I'm managing Uncle, and then Presbyterian Church calls that they want him to come and perform.
How do you know I'm Presbyterian?
Because you
oh, because I quoted
exactly,
Presbyterian, yes.
Because I'm Krife a little, my conscience don't know how to bring business into it. You understand? I'll be honest. It's not that I have no. I work with Danny Nete. I have records with Danny Nete. I mean, don't go there. But the point is that I don't appreciate how the church music business is handled. I appreciate how the secular people handle music in terms of the business side. Because once church comes in, to me the nyame put fear into you.
That's right.
And once they start playing those their gimmicks on you, and me too, I'm a Christian, so sometimes I might fall for it. But I needed money to fund it, and then the money has to
understood
back.
Understood.
So because I don't have full grips of how they
Perfectly
run the stuff, I
understood.
said I wasn't going to venture and then
Perfectly
make mistakes.
understood.
But the secular guy, for instance, when Joy marketing her called me that they want my artist, I know if they don't even have the money, we'll be doing barter trade for some airtime, for some event or something. But the church man, first of all, he knows I'm a Christian. The next thing he's going to tell me that and once he said because me too I'm a Christian, what if Nyame can't say, and then I'll be playing that game before I realize I'm out.
Joe 99.7 FM, Uncle Ken. Francis Doku says, Uncle Ken, what is Uzigiza game?
Francis. I think Francis Doku knows.
He doesn't know.
Francis.
He knows.
Joe 99.7 FM still here with Ja Master J. You are not going. Please stay a little bit so that we can ask more questions. But in the meantime, we are just getting ready to talk about High Life being to be listed by UNESCO as intangible cultural heritage here on Joy 99.7 FM. Let's take a breather.